All right, here is a video of one of the coolest things I've taken a video of here in Kuala Lumpur. Today is the last day of school, and it's a tradition that all of the kids in this apartment community jump into the pool in their school uniforms at the end of the day. It was so cute. Isn't that awesome? Like, what a cool video to leave with. I'm like forever grateful that my kids got to spend the past 2 years here. Next up, I want to share something really special with you guys. It's a video from Tia Levings, one of the IBLP survivors who participated in the Shiny Happy People documentary. Recently, a certain creator put out a couple of really, in my opinion, ridiculous statements about Tia. She called Tia out and said, like, hey, yeah, you were abused by your husband in the IBLP, but didn't you also abuse your kids as well? I was completely incensed by this statement because who are you to know what happened between Tia and her family, number one, and number two, to criticize someone based upon what you assume about them. We're all aware that the people who participated in this film come from really difficult situations that they grew up in and that they lived in as a mother or a father or any kind of family member. I wanted to make a video about it, but I wasn't sure where to start. And then I saw what Tia had to say. Her words are so much more eloquent than my own. So let's head down this rabbit hole, friends.
Cult survivors and people who are not part of the IBLP who find themselves uncomfortably relating to things that were shared in Shiny Happy People. One of the most uncomfortable feelings is complicity. This realization that we participated in harmful practices because we thought it was the right thing to do at the time. If that's you and you're struggling with that, I want to speak compassion into your experience. Younger you was under mind control, a carefully optimized system to bring you into alignment with high control practices. Almost everyone there had good intentions. And good intentions don't really mean much when harm's being done, so don't be surprised if there's still consequences for your choices. Sometimes we have to hold those consequences. They're part of the experience. But when we know better, we do better. Reclamation is possible. Forgiveness is possible. If trauma took your past, it doesn't have to take your present and your future too. So do your work, including grief work. Allow yourself to grieve all the things that you've lost and all the things that may remain lost. But don't become your own self-abuser in a legacy that they gave you. That would be letting them win.
Tia said everything perfectly, but here's what I want to say to Tia and anyone who's out there feeling the way that she described in this video. I didn't grow up in the IBLP or any other kind of cult situation. I did have hard times as a child and my family wasn't perfect. And I just want you guys to know, for all that you've been through, I bow down to you because still, as a mother, as a wife, as a daughter, as a sister, I make mistakes. Really big, hard, horrible mistakes. And you are not alone. You went through some really hard things, worse than I could ever imagine, and I know you did your best to get through it. There is forgiveness, and not just for women. I want to make that clear as well. There can be forgiveness, growth, and change for anyone who comes out of a hard place and wants to make the change. But most importantly, I wanted to say you're not alone in having things that you regret. Even for me, as a mom, who I feel has been afforded the best opportunity to be a good mom by my husband, who works so hard and takes us all over the world and tries to support me as best as he can. I make a lot of terrible effing mistakes. I really, really do. I love my kids more than anything. I try to make up for it. I try to get better every day. Just like Tia said, when I know better, I try to do better. But I expect that one day they're going to come to me and they may have complaints about the way I was, the way I am, the things that I did, and I'll tell you what I believe is going to make all the difference in their lives and in my own as well. It's that I'm going to be willing, fully able and willing to listen wholeheartedly to what they have to say. Even if I disagree, even if what they're saying doesn't make sense to me, I'm telling myself now that when the time comes, I will be flexible. I will listen and I will say, I hear you. Oh my gosh, I didn't know. I'm so sorry. I didn't know that that was affecting you in that way, and it hurts me to hear that what I did affected you like that. We all make mistakes, but the willingness to change and to learn and to grow is one of the most valuable ways that we can make things better and make this world a better place. So even if people are criticizing you and you're still not perfect, and you're scared and you're vulnerable, and there are people who have said that you've done everything wrong, there's still time and room to be who you want to be. And there are people who will fully accept you. We're all scarred. We're all imperfect. And you are not alone. Thank you, Tia, for this amazing message. I'm sharing it on my platform, and I hope anyone who watches this, if you like this message, like, spread it around. It's okay. It's really okay. It's gonna be okay. Thank you to everyone who participated in Shiny Happy People. I love the documentary. And I hope people like Tia know that there are so many supporters out there in the world wishing all the best for you. Thanks for joining me, guys. Catch me again when we head down another rabbit hole.